We open in Dubai, and right away, things are going sideways. A covert MI6 intelligence outpost is infiltrated by a small posse of men with high-caliber weapons. Their commander, a cold-eyed operative with silver hair, gives one simple order: no hesitation. The carnage is immediate and brutal. Cut to New York's Greenwich Village. Jack Ryan is living his best civilian life, jogging peacefully through the streets. He's out. He's done, or so he thinks, because waiting for him on his jogging route is James Greer, now the deputy director of the CIA. Greer has tracked him down with a proposition. He needs Jack to do a simple favor. Since Jack's heading to Dubai anyway for work, Greer wants him to meet a guy and pick up some information about a former joint operation. Jack protests. He's a civilian now. He wants no part of whatever Greer is suggesting. But this is Jack Ryan, and we know how this goes. He reluctantly agrees. Accompanied by his old friend and CIA contractor Mike November for backup, Jack arrives in Dubai. The two joke about how it's never just meeting a guy, and they're absolutely right. They meet the contact, an MI6 agent named Nigel Cook. The man is visibly distressed. He manages to slip Jack a pack of cigarettes and urgently warns that Greer needs help. Before Jack can even process what's happening, a sniper's bullet cuts Nigel down right in front of him. The shooter is Liam Crown. Before Jack and Mike can react to the murder, they are taken into custody by a sharp, no-nonsense MI6 officer named Emma Marlowe. She's clearly been tracking this situation and doesn't trust anyone. In a secure briefing, the massive conspiracy comes to light. Marlowe reveals that Crown was part of a program called Starling, a brutal, off-the-books black ops unit created by Greer and Nigel Cook in the days after 9/11. The program was designed to neutralize terrorist threats by any means necessary. We're talking interrogations, assassinations, no red tape. But Starling was officially shut down years ago. The program was buried, but now Crown has resurrected it. His twisted plan? To reactivate terrorist cells around the world and trigger attacks, proving that diplomacy is weak and the world needs ruthless enforcers like him to survive. Jack confronts Greer about this dark chapter in his past. Greer comes clean. This is his mess, and he needs Jack to help clean it up. The tension is thick. Jack questions whether he can even trust his old friend anymore. But there's no time for a therapy session because Crown is already 10 steps ahead. Back in London, the CIA and MI6 are scrambling. CIA Director Elizabeth Wright meets with the MI6 chief to coordinate. Intel recovered from Nigel's assassin points to a massive terrorist plot called Old Gate. This plot was created 20 years ago by a radicalized militant group that Starling had infiltrated, and it targets Tower Bridge in London. Jack and Marlowe raid a suspect's apartment, and what they find is terrifying. Enough explosives, guns, and ammunition to level a city block. It seems they've found the man who was going to carry out the attack. But something is nagging at Jack. His analyst brain is screaming at him. The intel is too perfect, too convenient. He interrogates the suspect and realizes the horrifying truth. This entire Tower Bridge threat is a distraction. It was designed to pull every agent and officer into the field, leaving one person completely exposed and unprotected. James Greer. Jack makes a frantic call to warn them, but he's too late. As Greer approaches his car, it detonates in a massive fireball. The explosion kills CIA Director Elizabeth Wright instantly. In the chaos, Greer spots Crown watching from a distance, and a high-octane car chase through the crowded streets of London erupts. Greer wants blood. Greer survives the bombing and the chase. Crown, getting cocky and theatrical, decides he wants a face-to-face meeting. He lures Greer out with a message delivered via Uber Eats, of all things. The two meet in Trafalgar Square. Crown's demand is simple: and twisted. He doesn't want Greer dead. He wants Greer, now the acting director of the CIA, to allow Starling to operate with complete impunity again. In exchange, he wants the intelligence that Nigel Cook stole before he died. Jack, listening from the wings, steps in. He bluffs hard, claiming he has the intel and left it back in Dubai. He'll return it there. This buys them crucial time. Because the truth is, Nigel never handed over a hard drive. Jack needs to figure out what Nigel uncovered that was so dangerous. Jack deduces that Nigel would only hide something this sensitive in a place he considered completely safe. That place turns out to be a secret apartment above a London pub, a flat known only to Nigel and his estranged daughter. That daughter is revealed to be Emma Marlowe. Inside the dusty flat, they dig through Nigel's ancient desktop computer and locate an off-site server in Dubai that houses Crown's entire Starling network. But Jack finds something else. A photo of a young Emma dressed as Madonna for a costume party. Crown had called her Blonde Ambition earlier. He's been to this flat. Someone else has been here too. There's a mole. The traitor is revealed to be Six Agent Andrew Spear, a high-ranking official who has been working as Crown's double agent inside British intelligence. He was the only other person who knew about Nigel's secret apartment, and a slip-up on a phone call with Emma confirms his guilt. The team hatches a desperate plan. Marlowe tells Spear the computer was a dead end. They stage an elaborate ruse using a family friend as a body double to make Crown believe Greer and Mike have boarded a plane back to the United States. In reality, Greer is assembling reinforcements, and Mike has sneaked onto the plane to serve as their pilot. They're all secretly heading to Dubai for a final assault on the Starling server building. Back at Langley, Jack's old friend from the TFAD division, Patrick Klinghoffer, is on standby to receive the intel download. Greer, en route, begins composing a letter to the President of the United States, recommending Jack Ryan as his new deputy director. The climax unfolds in an abandoned Dubai skyscraper where the Starling server is housed. It's a glittering tower by night, but inside it's a war zone. Jack, Marlowe, and Mike infiltrate the building and are immediately met with heavy gunfire from Crown's private security team. Bullets fly everywhere, and one volley shatters the glass floor Marlowe is standing on. She's left dangling for her life, several stories above a bustling highway. Jack lunges forward and pulls her back to safety. Their trust is cemented now. They split up and push toward the server room. Jack and Marlowe make it inside and begin the crucial download. The progress bar crawls. Time is running out. Suddenly, Crown and his remaining men storm the room, unleashing a relentless hail of bullets. Jack and Marlowe are pinned down, taking fire from every angle. Just when it seems hopeless, Mike November, using the building's external scaffolding, arrives on their floor and provides backup. The trio manages to hold off Crown's assault long enough for the files to fully transfer to the CIA at Langley. The entire Starling network, including Spear's name, is now in U.S. hands. But as they move to escape, one of Crown's men gets a shot off. Marlowe is hit in the back and goes down hard. With Marlowe wounded and the odds stacked against him, Jack is forced to face Crown with his hands up in apparent surrender. Crown taunts him. He says Jack was a fool to trust Greer. He says Greer was always going to abandon him, that men like them can never change. But as Crown is monologuing, a new sound fills the air, the thunderous roar of an Emirati assault helicopter. It's Greer. He's arrived with reinforcements. The chopper opens fire on Crown and his surviving men. Crown is hit and goes down hard. Liam Crown, mortally wounded, tries to rise one last time. He taunts Jack, saying Jack doesn't have what it takes to do whatever is necessary. Jack Ryan, the analyst who never wanted to be a field agent, proves him dead wrong. He picks up a gun and fires the fatal bullet into Crown's head, ending the threat once and for all. Marlowe survives her wound. Spear is outed as a traitor. Starling is completely dismantled, its entire network exposed. In the epilogue, Jack and Greer are back at the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. Greer is now officially the director of the CIA. He has sent his letter to the president, and Jack has accepted the position. The film ends with the two of them, suited up and walking together, a dynamic duo ready to lead the agency. And that is the full breakdown of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan. Ghost War. From a quiet jog in Greenwich Village to putting the final bullet in a rogue Black Ops ghost in a Dubai skyscraper, Jack Ryan completes his transformation from reluctant analyst to the deputy director of the entire CIA. If you made it all the way to the end, you're a true covert operative. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another recap from us, and drop a comment below. The question of the day: do you prefer Jack Ryan as the analyst in the office connecting the dots, or the gunfighter in the field taking the shot? I'm reading every single one. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay informed, and I'll see you on the next one.